We listen and we don't judge. When I was 19, the love of my life made a baby on me. And due to some, I'll say, unforeseen circumstances, I let the mother of that child come live with me. We listen and we don't judge.
All right, we come back with another one. Welcome back to Keisha Reacts. We listen and we don't judge. TikTok edition, part one. I definitely want to actually ask you guys what's your common opinions. Let's go.
How I ended up in that situation. Let me give you a little background, okay? Met this love of my life when I was 15. And we knew we liked each other, wanted to be together. You know that teenage love, it go fast, okay? But I did not want to have sex. I promised myself that I would wait until I was at least 18. Like, that's the vow that I made to myself. Because back then at the time, baby, everybody was losing their V card fast and quick, getting bodies. And I was just like, I just want to wait till I'm 18. I don't want to do it. And he was like the one guy like that respected it. He never pressured me to do anything. There was even one time when I was like 16. I was like, I think I'm ready. He was like, no, you wait until you 18. And like, that just made me love him even more. I was like, yeah, this the guy. It's him. It's him. But he was not a virgin, okay? And so he would have sex with other girls. Even though me and him was like this and like in love and all these other things. Like from the age I want to say of like 16, like I would even stay the night at his house. He would stay the night at my house. Our parents knew each other and we would not have sex or anything like that. Like our best friends were even in a relationship, okay? But again, the common theme was like he was already having sex and I didn't care about the girls he had sex with. I know it's crazy.
Red flag, red flag, red flag on the field. No. Yes, we do care. You cannot walk around in 2024 and, well, I know this happened a while back, so we're not judging. But ladies, if you're out here listening, this is for the younger ladies. Yes, you do care. You want to know where that person been. You don't want anybody just to come up into you because they're just carrying those spirits.
I know it sounds crazy, but it's just the way it was. Fast forward to we're 19. Now we're having sex, but him having sex with other girls just did not stop. And it's because, remember, I allowed it from age 15, okay? So he ends up making a baby on me, right? And at that time, I'm like, I'm done. You know what? Whatever. Like that crushed me to my soul because I thought I was gonna marry this person. Like we had our baby names picked out, how many dogs we was gonna have. I would beg him like, babe, I want a dog. He was like, I don't like animals. We can't live with animals. We had it planned out, honey, and he broke the plan. You know, like my goodness. So fast forward to the girl has the baby, okay? And I'm away at college, but I would come back to my hometown like probably like once a month or so. And I just so happened to be home the weekend that they came home from having the baby. And he's calling me and he's like, look, please come see my baby. Like, I'm sorry, man. I just want you to meet my baby. Like, just please come see my baby. I was like, I don't want to meet your baby. Like, I was like, going
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No.
off on you, baby. I was evil with him at the time. But I did end up going to see the baby. I took my mama with me too because I was like, girl, I need support. And I can remember walking in and seeing the baby. She was the most beautiful, chunky baby ever. She looked just like him. And my heart broke in a million pieces. Like, it was like real, like seeing her, right? But when I walked in, he takes the baby out of the girl's arms. She's sitting right there. She's also a very beautiful girl. And he hands me the baby. And me, him, and the baby sitting over there like a family, like, I just had the baby. Very tight.
Oh my gosh. Just imagine. First, I would have never went. I just would not have went there. But the point is, he invites you to come right after he had this baby. And the baby mama, she's just sitting there cool with it. I wonder if he's telling her, like, you're just a cousin or someone in the family, not someone that you slept with or had a whole relationship with. This is ridiculous. Ooh. We listen and we don't judge. Okay.
Toxic. Very just, what? The whole time I'm there, me, him, and the baby. Like, you know, he introduced me to her like, this my girl. Like, it just was like, how? Like.
Okay, so he didn't introduce her as if that's his girl and she just had a baby and she was cool with it. Okay.
What? And remember, we're only 19, so he's still living at his mama's house at this time. So we at his mama's house essentially. And so it's getting late, and they need to go like give the baby a bath, and they go in the back and give the baby a bath, and the mom like comes scoot over to me. Now, any other time he would do some wrong stuff, she'd be like, just my son love you, y'all gonna end up together, whoop 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 whoop. But this time, his mama came to me and she said, I know you love my son, but don't you be no fool. And so in that moment, like I knew like I got to get away from this. Like I'm done with the whole situation. And I really was done with the whole situation. Like I went back to college. I stopped coming home as much on the weekends because I didn't want him to like have access to me or anything. Because that's when he would like have access to me when I would come home. And sometimes he'd even come to the town I was in college in. But anyway, so fast forward, his best friend starts calling me. And I'm thinking he's calling me for him. Like, man, just give me another chance. You know how the best friends would do. And so I answered the phone like, stop calling me. I don't want to talk to him. Tell him it's over. And he was like, no, Karma, calm down. His baby died.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You mean to tell me his baby passed away? I wasn't expecting that at all.
What? He was like, yeah, his baby died. You need to come see about him, man. It's bad, it's bad, it's bad. I'm like, oh my gosh. I immediately like start screaming, crying because I've held this baby. Like, what happened to the baby? To this day, I don't really know exactly what happened to the baby. I mean, we were 19, very young kids, should have been having kids, and I never had the nerve enough to ask them. I do think it was SIDS, right? But I don't know. And so then I go home. I'm there for him. Like he's a mess. I've never seen him like this. And that literally changed the person he was forever. And so I'm there for a few days, like comforting him. And he's like, don't leave me. Don't go back to school. But I had to go back to school. Like I was in college. And still, like, I was still mad at him. Like it was so much, man. It was so much. So I go back to college. I want to say I was probably like another month or so rolled by, and his mom ended up calling me. And I'm like, hey. And she's like, Karma, I need a favor. And I'm like, She's like, I wouldn't ask you to do nothing if I had somebody else to do it, but this girl got to get out of my house. And she's talking about the mother of the baby. She's like, it's really bad. She has to leave. She cannot continue to stay with me. I'm like, girl, why you telling me? I mean, I ain't tell her that. You got to be respectful. But I was like, baby, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's your family business.
Exactly. Like, girl, why are you calling me? Straight up, you need to tell your son he need to deal with his baby mama. I'm sorry what happened, but no, chill. And it was like, wait, I like how the mom, she did try to tell her without telling her, she was like, girl, don't be nobody fool. For real, don't be nobody fool. So she was telling her without telling her. Kudos to the mom for that. But this, I got a side eye. I got to give her the side eye. Like, girl, what's tea? Don't call me with, girl, don't call me with that. No.
She was like, I know you come home on the weekend sometime, and she lives in the town that you go to school in. She's like, if you could please just take her to her mama house when you come. Like, I got a lot going on with my son, all this. I don't have nobody that's willing to take her. Like, if you could just do this thing for me, like, I'll pay you, whatever. And she was like a mama to me, and I was like, all right. I had no business doing this, okay? But, girl, young and dumb. So I go home for the weekend, like, me and him chill. And that Sunday, they pack her stuff in my car, and I drive her to the town that I am in college in, drive her to her mom's house. She tries to go in her mom's house. Her mom like, you can't live here. I told you can't come back here. You can't live here. And I had my best friend with me at the time. Me and my best friend looking like, well, where's she going to live at? Because she can't go back to my man house. Well, my man at the time. But, like, they just kicked her out. Like, you're kicking her out. Like, where's she supposed to go? And I felt for her. Like, I had no real smoke for her because, one, I knew how my nigga was, okay? He was a hoe. I don't got smoke with this girl. Plus, her baby just died. Like, smoke? Like, no. I mean, I ain't like her like that, but, I wasn't, like, mad at her. And again, her baby just died. Like, she's super sad, Just got kicked out of this house, and now her mama kicking her out, so I ain't know what else to do, so I brought her to my house. And it was a complete disaster.
What exactly was you thinking? What was you expecting if you bring in... Oh my gosh. I'm not judging.
It was horrible. She lived with me for like I want to say like a month before I kicked her out, she had to go. My mama helped me kick her out. And me and my best friend and even his mama was like, we not gonna tell him that she at your house. Like, I don't even know if his mama knew, but we was like, we gonna keep this on the low because this literally don't make no sense. Even I didn't even tell my mama because, girl, what you doing? What? But when he did find out, he cussed me down and he stopped talking to me for quite some time. I was like, wow, how did I become the villain in all this story? But what's the theme of this video? We listen and we don't judge.
Shout out to Your Good Karma on TikTok. Go follow that creator. The tea was given tea, and girl, I need an update. I know we all do things when we're young. We got story for days. So we do listen and we don't judge.